Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. We have received a lot of new Madness at the Darkmoon Faire cards over the past few days, and many of them are legendaries. In fact, most of the legendaries are already known, and one thing that has really caught my eye about the legendaries is that it seems that Blizzard is now pushing out archetype-defining legendaries for pretty much all the archetypes. And that makes me a little bit worried about how to build budget decks for the new expansion. If for every archetype there's a huge pay of legendary card, and if you don't have it, then is the budget version going to be a little bit lackluster? For example, this seems like a phenomenal card. The Grand Totem Azor. At the end of your turn, give +1/+1 to all other totems in your hand, deck, and battlefield. And when you combine this with the tools that Totem Shaman currently has, such as Totemic Reflection, Totem Goliath, and Splitting Axe, Totem Shaman has been one of the cheaper decks. You haven't been able to really build Totem Shaman completely on a budget. Some of these epics have been pretty important, but now this legendary card is truly starting to define the archetype, and that makes it even more expensive. So that's something that I'm a little bit sad about, but on the other hand, I'm also pretty excited about using Grand Totem with Reflection and with Splitting Axe, and whoa, just really strong looking card. One of the budget decks that I was really looking forward to when it comes to Madness at the Darkmoon Faire was this sort of Token Paladin. Comeback of Token Paladin. Day at the Fair is a common card. Balloon Merchant is a rare card. These are two of the new cards that were announced a little while back. I already talked about these in a previous video. Just summoning Sylvan Recruits, buffing them up, and Divine Shield. But now there is an archetype defining legendary card coming for Token Paladin as well. Lotraxian the Redeemed. A 5-mana 5/5 battle cry. For the rest of the game, after you summon a Sylvan Recruit, give it Divine Shield. And that is such a huge power boost that it's kind of hard to see how can the budget version really compete with that. It might be possible. Sometimes you can do like a budget version of a deck that there is a full cost version of it, and then you try to go under it with a budget version. You build it as a little bit faster, so that then you beat them before they get to their main win conditions, and maybe that's some sort of an answer for Token Paladin as well, but Lotraxian looks really strong. That's going to be downright bonkers in Wild, right? With Odd Paladin. Whoa, like crazy stuff is going on here. And even in Standard, Token Paladin getting a lot of new tools. Another one of my budget candidates was Secret Hunter, with Petting 2 coming out. It's a rare card, summon it 3/3 stride or repeat for each secret you control. High in Alpha, still in Standard. There's Face Stalker still in Standard, bunch of secrets that are rares or commons. But now, Blizzard is also giving Secret Hunter an archetype-defining legendary card in Ringling's Rifle. 4-mana 2/2, after you attack, discover a secret and cast it. So that's a way to put a lot of secrets on the board fairly rapidly, getting Petting 2 value, getting High in Alpha activated really easily. Just really strong secret synergy cards. So again, now if you try to build that Secret Hunter on a budget and you don't have the rifle, then what are you going to do? How do you compete with that? That's a trend. That's a trend really. Legendary cards for every archetype you can imagine that you want to build those decks around, and that are going to make all the decks much more expensive. There's even one for Secret Mage in Sage, Seer of Darkmoon. 6-mana 5/5 battlecry, draw 1 card, upgraded for each friendly secret that has triggered this game. Luckily, if you were to build a Secret Mage deck, you probably wouldn't be able to build it as a very slow deck. You would have to be very aggressive with that. So it's possible that Sage wouldn't make the cut into that deck anyway. But there are some tools for a full cost Secret Mage deck, such as Ring Toss, for example. Discover a secret and cast it, corrupt, discover 2 instead. So there's some tools here to build this sort of slower Secret Mage deck, but you probably wouldn't be able to build that on a budget anyway. Sage doesn't seem like it's one of the most powerful cards, but still, card draw at reasonable cost. Depending on the deck archetype, it might be a good addition. There's also a bunch of new combo support coming. We'll have to wait and see what the whole set is like to figure out exactly how to use all of the combo cards, but Demon Hunter, Zai the Incredible, 5-mana 5/3 battlecry, copy the left and rightmost cards in your hand, and for Rogue, Tenwu of the Red Smoke, 2-mana 3/2 battlecry, return a friendly minion to your hand, it costs 1 this turn. So with these cards and with a card like Peristallion, you can even make copies of these. You could go pretty infinite with this stuff, especially Tenwu and Barista, or you could build up a number of Tenwus into your hand in order to use them for I don't even know what yet, but yeah, Tenwu overall looks, it's kind of like a Shadow Step, and Shadow Step can be really useful for Rogue, so using that together with Dogwaggle, together with Kronks even, just basic old stuff, using that with them might already be pretty good. And then if you can figure out some new ways to use it, then, well, there's some combo potential. Again, build around these legendary cards. Finally, there is some madness at the Darkmoon Faire, coming right up with the new deck cards. The Warlock's Deck of Chaos, swap the cost and attack of all minions in your deck, and Mage's Deck of Lunacy. Transform spells in your deck into ones that cost 3 more, they keep the original cost, and those transform spells don't even have to be mage spells. So you put Deck of Lunacy into a spell mage deck, and then you play it on 2, and then nobody knows what's even in your deck, except that it's a lot cheaper than the cards otherwise would imply. How effective are these? They are legendary cards, there's no way to tutor for legendary spells currently in the game, so it's not obvious that it's easy to make good use of these. Obviously a good Deck of Chaos with stuff like Ysera and even Batterhead. These sorts of minions with high cost, low attack can just enable tons of tempo later on. But of course if Deck of Chaos is at the bottom of your deck, then it doesn't benefit you at all because it's only stuff that's in your deck. And as for Deck of Lunacy, well, it's also a little bit, we'll see. You could run Deck of Lunacy also to like counter bombs. You turn those bombs into 8 cost spells that cost 5. Who knows? But overall the difficulty of finding these on time to get their in-deck effect means that these are hopefully not really serious cards, but more of something for meme decks. The final reveal stream is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be 7 PM Central European time. So after that and during that we'll find out all about the rest of the set, and I can really start to work on figuring out what sort of decks can be built with these tools. But right now it looks like legendary cards are going to be very archetype defining in Madness at the Darkmoon Faire. There's a legendary card for everything, and we'll see how it all pans out. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.